It started like a celebration. The wine was chilled, the candles flickering softly, casting a warm glow over the dinner table. My husband, Ethan, and I sat across from each other, the meal I'd cooked half-eaten between us. On the surface, it was a picture-perfect evening. Our 10th anniversary, a decade together, and everything seemed to be in its place. But beneath the surface, something stirred in me, something selfish, something irreversible. Ethan had always been the steady one, loyal, loving, reliable, perhaps too reliable, predictable, even. I had convinced myself that it was a flaw. That's how I justified what I said next. Ethan, there's something I need to talk to you about. He looked up from his glass, his warm brown eyes meeting mine. Sure, what's on your mind? I hesitated. Then, with a deep breath, I said the words I'd been rehearsing for days, words I thought I could control, words that might change everything. I think we should open our marriage. Silence followed. No explosion, no accusations. Just the sound of our breath, heavy in the air. His jaw tightened, but he didn't say anything. I pushed forward, trying to soften the blow. It's not that I don't love you. I do, but I've changed. Ethan, I want to explore, to feel desired again. This doesn't mean I want to leave. I want us to grow differently. Still nothing. He stood up slowly, taking his plate to the sink, rinsing it mechanically before placing it in the dishwasher. He turned to me with a look that was impossible to read, half hurt, half frozen. Thanks for dinner, he said softly, then walked upstairs, leaving me in the kitchen numb. That night, I expected a fight, a breakdown, maybe even some passionate, angry sex. But instead, he slept on the couch, quiet and motionless. I lay awake, unsure what I'd just done. The next morning, I woke to silence. No smell of coffee, no sound of the shower. His side of the bed was untouched. Groggy, I threw on my robe and stepped into the hallway. The guest room was empty. The office was empty. The front door was unlocked. My stomach twisted. Something wasn't right. I ran back upstairs and checked our closet. Half of it was empty, his suits, his shoes, his gym bag, his guitar, all gone. Panic set in as I grabbed my phone. No signal. I checked my bank app. Account frozen. Every single account. Joint savings, joint checking, even my personal account, locked. A message flashed across the screen. Your account has been restricted by the primary administrator. And then I saw it, a plain envelope sitting on the kitchen table. Divorce papers. No note, no explanation. Just a single line at the top. Asterisk, you wanted freedom. I'm giving it to you my way. Asterisk. I sank into a chair, staring at the papers, my heart racing. Ethan hadn't just left. He had vanished, leaving me with nothing but silence and a legal nightmare. I tried calling from a friend's phone, but it went straight to voicemail. I drove to his office, only to be told he had taken a sudden leave of absence. I was blindsided. The house felt suffocating. Every corner a reminder of him. The photos on the wall, the empty spot on the couch where he used to sit, the wine glasses from last night still sitting on the counter. One of them, bone dry, the lawyer I found the next day skimmed through the divorce papers and frowned. He filed under marital misconduct, she said, her voice cold. And here's the catch. You signed a prenup when you married him. I didn't remember signing one, but she showed me my signature. 10 years younger, bright-eyed, and naive. The clause was airtight. If infidelity was admitted or proven, the initiating partner forfeited all claims to joint assets, spousal support, and property. I felt my world tilt. But I didn't cheat, I said, panic creeping in. I just suggested we open our marriage. The lawyer raised an eyebrow. Did you sleep with anyone after that? I looked away. Ethan's message was clear now. You don't get to call it freedom if someone else pays the price. By the end of the week, I was out of our home. His lawyer had sent an email requesting timely and peaceful compliance with the move-out clause. I found a cramped studio apartment on the other side of town. No furniture, just a mattress on the floor, a second-hand desk, and a chair that wobbled when I breathed too hard. The silence there wasn't peaceful. It was crushing. 2 weeks passed without a word from Ethan. No calls, No emails, no lawyer updates. But I could feel him like the calm before a storm. Then the thunder started. It began at work. My boss, Melissa, called me into her office. "Hey, we need to talk," she said, sliding her phone across the desk. On the screen was a screenshot of a group message thread. At the top was my name. Beneath it, dozens of messages. Nasty, cruel things I'd never said. "Your husband's a great guy." One message read, "Too boring in bed, though. That's why I needed options." I stared at it, my throat closing. "I didn't write this," I said, my voice shaking. "Someone's framing me." Melissa sighed. "Until we sort this out, we need to place you on unpaid leave." Just like that, the last stable thing in my life evaporated. I reached out to Rachel, one of my bridesmaids, desperate for someone to talk to. "Hey, can we talk? I need someone right now." Her response was cold. "You're toxic." And then she blocked me. One by one, they all disappeared. People I had laughed with, traveled with, hosted dinner parties with, gone. Ethan hadn't just disappeared. He had rewritten the story. I found a podcast interview with him titled, "When Loyalty Isn't Enough." He spoke calmly, his voice smooth. "Sometimes," he said, "people think freedom means hurting others without consequence. But when you build a life with someone and they throw it away like garbage, they don't get to walk away clean." The host leaned in. "So what did you do?" Ethan smiled, a small, cold smile. "I left, but not silently." "You still talk to her?" "No," he said. "The silence is the message. The rest are just reminders." I stared at the screen, my hands shaking. He was calm, composed, deadly. And that's when it hit me. This wasn't about getting even. It was about making sure I never healed from what I did. Weeks went by, but the pain didn't fade. I tried therapy, tried journaling, tried dating again, thinking maybe I could bury the past beneath someone else's attention. But Ethan had burned too clean. There were no ashes, just the ache of absence. Then one night, scrolling mindlessly, I saw a photo posted by a mutual acquaintance. There he was, Ethan, on a sailboat, laughing, wind in his hair. A woman beside him, bright smile, a spark in her eyes, holding his hand. The caption read, "Freedom doesn't mean running wild. It means choosing peace over noise. Asterisk." I stared at it for almost an hour, not because I hated him or even wanted him back, but because I realized he had won. He had taken the freedom I thought I wanted and had left me with nothing but emptiness. 3 years later, I'm still living in that same cramped apartment. The mattress has been replaced with a bed frame. I have a job now, low-paying, quiet, no more big campaigns or team meetings, no more eyes on me. Sometimes people ask if I've heard from him. I tell them no, because even if I did, I wouldn't deserve it. Ethan's revenge wasn't loud. He didn't yell, didn't cheat, didn't drag me through the tabloids or smear my name in court. He just left, took everything he had built, and made sure I knew without him there was nothing left. Not because I wasn't valuable, but because I threw my value away. Was his revenge justified? Tell me, what would you have done in his shoes?